Okay, what this video is about this assignment, journal, career exploration research. And this is about, career is about exploring what you want to become. It's a long-term career goal. Career goals set up of short, intermediate steps to actually reach that career goal. One step involved in reaching a career goal might be getting a job now. Having said that, we're going to talk about how to go through, set up this assignment and conduct the research. You're going to be using several data sources, which requires that us to do this tutorial. So the first data source I'm going to reference is my next move. So I'm going to put my cursor right here, and I'm going to copy that, and I'm going to open up another tab. Okay, so I've got that one open. I'm also going to be referring to this one, but I'm not going to open that one right now. I can open that one from, well, I'll go ahead and open it up. So let's go ahead and open this one up. If I need it. Okay. The next one I'm going to open up is the Employ Georgia website. Okay. You may have to log in, but I'm already logged in. And the next one I'm going to open up is my regional occupational demand. And this is about what occupations are projected to be open here in the Northwest Georgia region. And I'm going to actually make that a little bigger and then shrink it down a little bit. And so now that I can read that. Sorry for that ring there. So I've got that open now, and now I can begin to do my research. So so I have all my tabs opened up. And so let's go ahead and open this assignment. Now I'm going to add an entry. So one of the things I need to do is I need to go to my Google Drive. So I'm going to add an entry, but I need to know, based on my assessment results that we took before, remember the interest profile? I want to enter my scores so that I don't have to take the assessment again. Now the best way to do that is, remember, we saved those scores in a previous meeting. So I'm going to go to Google Drive, and I'm going to go to my Activities folder. And I'm going to open up what my scores were. And my scores were right here. So what I want to do is I want to take those scores and enter them. So I'm going to enter my scores. And so let's go back here, and it was 32, 2015. So 32, 20, 15. The next one is 17, 12, 29. 17, 12, 29. I'm going to click Next. Those are my scores. It's going to ask me to input my job zone again. In this case, we're using job zone 2. This is equal to about. It'll explain what each one of them are. But in this case, so if you're not planning on going to school immediately, graduated high school, you'd want to use job zone 2, roughly. Job zone 3 would be an associate's degree. So I'm going to go close. I'm going to go to next. I'm going to click job zone 2. And then here are the occupations that align to my interest and also job zone 2. So this is where I can begin to explore occupations. And then I can also see more details at ONET Online. So I'm going to close this ONET Online, and if I want to see something, I can go here, more detail. So I'm going to close that. So this is the one I need to keep open, ONET Interest Profiler right here. So I'm going to go down and find an occupation that I'm really interested in. I'm going to say construction carpenter, so I'm going to look at that. And I'm going to come back over here, and I'm going to add an entry. So the occupation is, and the way I got here again was I'm going to go back here, is I open my assignment up, and it's really important that you read all of this information. These are your journal fields, explains what each of them are, talks about the importance of making sure you understand your cluster and your pathway for each of the occupations you're researching. And I'm going to add an entry here. And this is the way, so we're going to research 10 occupations, and I'll put in here carpenter, construction carpenter. And I'm going to go down here, and I'm going to look for the job zone. And the job zone is down here in the education area. And it says that it requires two areas. So that's the way you read this. So how many hats or diploma caps it has in there is how you read this. So if you had 3, it would be, or job zone 3, which is equal to an associate's degree. You have 3. This is a undergraduate degree, 4. So in this case, we've selected job zone 2, and we know, which is equal to a high school diploma, which explains it right here. So we want to go back to our, and select job zone 2. Openings. This is the annual openings, projected annual openings in Georgia or the Northwest Georgia region. So the data source we're using for this is contained in this file. So we want to go down here and look for carpenters. And there's 32 projected openings, so this has got good job demand. So this tells us that there's going to be openings in this area. 32. The next thing we know is we can actually look on this one at the average wage in this area. For a construction carpenter, the average wage is $42,360. We just want to put the number in there so that we know what that represents. It represents dollars. And then the educational cost, well, we've got our diploma, so we're not going to need any more education. Now, if we want to research opportunities to improve our skills in construction, we would actually look at find certifications. So these are various certifications we can take for carpenters. And the other thing we would want to look at is we want to find training. So we could actually look at the training that was in the area. So we might want to increase this And so there's at Atlanta Technical College, there's training. So we'd want to look that up. And if there were some expenses associated with that, we would want to fill that in. But that's the way we could get. And then the other thing we want to look at is apprenticeships. So let's look for apprenticeships. And so there's some apprenticeship opportunities here. So we would probably want to copy that and research that as part of our research. So we want to put that down here. Okay, so that would be part of it. So we probably have 0 educational costs, but that could change. And then the other thing we want to do is we want to go back to our carpenter. We'd want to know what they do so that we could copy that here. Control C. I'm going to put that in there. And then we'd want to summarize what we found out. So we'd want to say, okay, construction carpenters show meaningful, show openings, projected openings to support career pursuit and consideration. So what you wouldn't want is if you only had something that maybe only had one opening here, that might not support, have enough demand in the area for you to pursue carpenters as a career. Wages support my lifestyle in $42,360. I may consider an apprenticeship. Okay. So this would be one career that you would research, and then you would actually, so you have all the information there, and you would save that. You could save it and view it, and there it is. That's the research. And so that's one of the areas of research that you want to do. And then overall, so when you get through, you'll view the list. So that's all your research. So once you get through with researching 10 careers, what you want to do is you want to bring all this down here. You want to copy you don't have to do this, but you may want to. You want to copy and paste it into another document so you have it all there in one document. And you'd title that Career Research. And you'd save that. let's save that in the activity folder. So that's what we're aiming at, is to get 10 careers researched, and then based on those 10 careers, you will choose the career that you want to shoot for. Keep in mind, this is your long-term career goal, so you might want to be a construction, you may want to be a carpenter, for example. You may want to, be for instance, a construction manager. For instance, here we have um, construction managers. Wow, they make 92,000. There's going to be a demand for 5 of them. And one of the things you want to pay close attention to as you do your research is you want to look at the career cluster and also the pathway. And by actually looking at the career pathway, which is right here, construction, and the career cluster, you will be able to actually gain education experience within a cluster. So if you're hopping all over the place, various career clusters, which are 16 career clusters and 72 career pathways, it's going to be hard for you to have a track record of experience in a given area of occupation. So you want to, in your career planning efforts, you want to know what career clusters you're considering and what career pathways. So that's it on this particular assignment.